Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another weekend edition here of the Sparkling Tuna Cup, the STC number 131, your weekly dose of Tuna Cup action. I'm Unconscious VIP with you and joined by these amazing players and by the people in the chat as well. Welcome, welcome, one and all. We are here, we are back, we are live with our weekly open tournament, the longest running open cup in the history, or currently in StarCraft. Let's go, let's jump on in as we have our first series, exclamation mark B in the chat. If you guys want to have a look at yourselves, the bracket is live, the bracket is stacked, and we are jumping into the round of 16 and spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Rainfall. We have the red Zerg player, the Ukrainian Zerg representing Hokago T team. It is Mini Zerg UA. And spawning in the top left hand corner, we have the returning player. It has been years, Pappy. Was one of the younger up-and-comers for a time, then stepped away, took a massive break, recently has returned, dipped his toes back in. Is he back to stay? Hard to say. It is Exo Striker. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is Gamba time. Predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we delve into our initial best of 3 ZVP. Let's go. Let us go. Whew, coming into this, it's exciting. It's exciting to see Exo Striker once again. For those who don't remember Exo Striker, he was on Alpha X back in the day, many years ago, of course, was a part of the younger generation of players that was competing at the time. I'm thinking of players like Exo Striker, Ashbringer is another one that comes to mind as well. Savestis, of course, like a lot of them did pop up, but around the same time during the COVID era of StarCraft. And Exo Striker, I'm thinking of like Arrowfire as well. I'm thinking of Shutdown as well. Like there's a lot of players kind of like rose up during that era. Jumi, of course, is the other one. But yeah, Exo Striker, he stepped away a couple of years ago for quite some time, and he's been very inactive as of late. And this isn't his first time playing in years necessarily. I think he signed up for like an OSC King of the Hill, like maybe like 1 or 2 months ago, just randomly. So like Exo Striker, like he's popped up here and there a little bit. Great to see him again. Is he back to stay? Is he back to actually compete for an extended period of time? Hard to say, but I'm glad to see him. Glad to see him, of course. When it comes to our two players here, Exo Striker in his prime, I would favor 100%. Mini Zerg, he is now the current like Exo Striker, if that makes any sense. With Mini Zerg, he's like the younger up-and-comer in the European region. He's very young, very new to the upper echelons of this level of play, and has been making some waves, that is true, but is still kind of rising through the ranks. I would say that in his prime, Exo Striker, he'd be favored, of course, but currently I don't know who to favor, right? In my mind, these two are quite close in skill, just because Exo Striker has been so inactive for so long. But it's hard to say, right? It's hard to say, you know, how many games has he played, how in form is Exo Striker. We're here to find out. We're here to find out. Otherwise, welcome to Rainfall. Now, I should have started the whole broadcast over this, but welcome to the TLMC broadcast. Welcome to the TLMC22 edition of Tuna Cup. Of course, this does mean that we are featuring the TLMC maps. So we have maps like Rainfall, like Sanctuary, Wavebreaker, and many others. Again, featuring a good portion of the TLMC22 map pool instead. So a custom map pool here tonight, not what we're used to seeing, and we'll see how we get to explore some of these maps, what we see, what we don't see, what becomes popular. We'll see any trends coming up as well. I'm excited. Let's go. Ooh, so far one drone does get picked up. Meanwhile, Adepts, they get shot down. Ooh, that's going to be both. 2 Adepts, 1 drone, 1 Zergling. That is not worth it. That's not worth it. Exo Striker was late to shade away, late to pull back. This is a better trade for Mini Zerg. He defends well back at home. It is going to be the Stargate into Oracle, into our third base across the map. Exo Striker is building into a standard mid-game. The Oracle does right, but the Queens are getting in position. The Spore is not quite done yet, and 1 drone goes down, but just the 1. Yeah, just 1 drone kill. That's 2 kills in total. So far, Mini Zerg, he's defending well. Lings move out across the map. Don't quite push into the natural, but they can apply pressure at the third base. They can disrupt some of the setup here, distract Exo Striker, but they shouldn't get too much done as they will get 1 pylon. Hey, not bad. 1 pylon does fall. Ooh, that is an earlier Twilight Council. Okay, I am taking note of that here. So an earlier council, a bit of a later forge. There is a possibility that we go into Glaive Depths from here, or we could go into early Blink. We'll keep an eye on the forge timing and on the rest of the gateways, and on the robo timing as well. So far, what we have for us, extra gateways. Oh, I'm leaning more towards Glaives. Again, it's going to be either Glaives or Blink. Show us what you got. Exo Striker. Meanwhile, double Oracle, they can one-shot drones. They can, and they, ooh, a little bit mistimed there with the shots. One drone goes down, but once again, a little bit of miscontrol there by Exo Striker. Looking a little bit rusty. Looking a little bit rusty here, and there it is, Blink. Okay, it's going to be early Blink. Now, the lack of Forge here is a tell. This is going to be hyper-aggressive. Now, there has been a build that Classic and Zound have been embracing as of late, which is initially 4 to 6 gateways. No, it's 6. It's 3 bases, 6 Blink into delayed Forge and delayed Templar Archives in towards the mid game. So that is something that has been rising in popularity over the past couple of weeks. It was showcased in GSL, what, like 2-3 weeks ago. But here, I don't see a delayed Forge. I don't see a delayed Templar Archives. I see only gateways. And with that, it looks like we're leading more towards an 8-gate Blinkstalker all-in. So we're leaning towards 8K Blink all in. So far, we're still building up our gateway count. We're not quite there yet. So we have 2 gateways here on the low ground. We have 2 in the main base. Now getting up to 6 gateways, and we're expecting 2 more. We're expecting to get up to 8. Maybe a 7th gateway back at home and a proxy 8th gateway across the map. Now, we didn't really get to speak on the Rainfall. Rainfall is a very aggressive map of the map pool. Short rush distance by ground, has a very open natural 3rd and 4th base, very open areas, very open expansions, and aggression is favored as a result of that. So we're expecting an all-in from Exo Striker. We're expecting a proxy gateway specifically. Oh, actually, sorry, there's a robo with this. Okay, my apologies. I didn't quite notice the robo being thrown down. So this is a different variation of all-in. Instead of going up to 8 gateways, we're cutting gateways a little bit earlier to be able to afford Immortals and Sentries. So it's almost like a Soul Train-esque Blink all-in. It's gonna hit quite hard. It's a little bit wonky, and we don't really see this variation of all-in too often, but it has potential. Does have potential. Lings are back in. They confirm the all-in coming. They confirm the Mass Sentry. Yeah, Mass Sentry, Mass Stalker. We have the Immortals as well. Waiting for the War Prism to move out across the map. And again, due to the Robo, due to the Prism, due to all this, it does mean we have a lower gateway count in general, so less reinforcements. But the army itself should be a little bit more robust and has micro potential with that War Prism as well. That's micro potential. Behind this, Minizerg UA, he does cut workers at 66. That is 3-base saturation. That is good. His 4th base is being thrown down just for lava. Now he needs nothing but Ling, Bane, nothing but Ling and Roach Ravager. Another Ling, Roach Ravager. Let's go. Now we've got 10 more Roaches on the way. +2 is in production. Creep is receding. And Exo Striker, here he comes. He's pushing forward. And looks like he won't quite catch the Queen. It's going to be close to the Queen. Queen does barely get away. Roach Ravager engaging. Nice force fields. They lock down the army, but the force fields are broken. The more reinforcements they dive in, and Minizerg, he wants to pounce. And pouncing on the Immortal. Ooh, can he focus it down? He cannot. Nice save. The rest of the army. The Sentries. Sentries going down in a very proactive style here by Minizerg. He shuts down the all-in. Completely cleans up all the Sentries. And again, he did not over-drone. He got workers at a very nice timing. He recognized the all-in. Biles, ooh, they connect. They take down one. They take down both of the Oracles. Both Oracles go down. And with that, the all-in has brutally failed. Again, Minizerg, he cut workers nicely. He built up his Roach Ravager, and he pounced immediately. Just making sure there were no reinforcements. There was no additional micro with that Prism either, saving the Sentries. They all did go down. GG gets called, and Minizerg takes game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played, Minizerg. He does shut the all-in down. And again, a very, I would say, old school, very wonky all-in here. Again, hitting a little bit later because of the Robo, because of the Warp Prism, mixing in Sentries, mixing in Immortals. But as we saw, the Force Fields, we only saw one wave of force fields, and that was it, and they got shut down immediately by the Biles. So with that, the Sentries, they were really a non-factor when it came to said timing, when it came to set all in. There was only one Immortal as well, so GG. GG all played. In the end, Minizerg did shut him down, and now we're getting to game number 2. Let's go. Let us go. As Minizerg takes the lead, and now we're getting ready for that second game. We are deciding on our map of choice. We're getting there. Likewise, there are certain maps that we haven't really seen too much of yet that I would love to experience more of, specifically the 4-player small maps and, of course, Void Storm as well. We'll get there, we'll get there. But now game 2 is going to be on the washouts. Okay. Again, a map that's a lot more standard that we've seen a lot more of as well, especially in bigger cups. We've been experiencing a lot of washouts. This is the larger map that has hybrid bases, if you recall. It has like 6 hybrid expansions. and has that more pseudo direct path across the map. Once the rocks get knocked down, we'll get there. Just catching with the chat. Yo, ese di mega, papi, ese di mega. Yo, ese iba. God damn it. Este iba. I just woke up. You're an animal, baby. You're an animal. What time is it? Like 1 p.m. Hold on. What time is it in Britain? 10:21 a.m. 10:21. I mean, still, like, what are you doing? What time are you waking up? What are you doing? Este iba. Is it unreasonable to ask to wake up at 9 a.m. in the morning? Este makes my head. Este iba. Here we go. Spawning in the right-hand corner of washouts, we have the red Zerg player, the red Zerg player himself, leading the series 1-0. It is Mini Zerg UA. And spawning in the bottom-hand corner, we haven't seen the we have the yellow Protoss player himself. The yellow Protoss, it is Exo Striker. See the mega in the chat. I haven't seen Exo Striker since the REG times. It's been a while. Long time, papi, long time. Midday in EU, 11:21 a.m. in the UK. God damn it. These EU degens, papi. Ay. Ironically true though. Like, there are some people that are asking, like, hey, like you get players like Classic and Hero and Beyond competing. Why is there no like Max X or Clems? Like, mate, they wake up like 2 p.m. Like, they wake unironically, like they wake up much later. Smurge. Feels bad, man. Fiant always shows up like an hour in. True. Unironically. Fiant. God damn. For now though, welcome and all to Washout. Washout, once again, as we mentioned before, is a bit of a larger map, has a bit of a longer rush distance by ground compared to the previous map, Rainfall, that we just showcased. So a bit of a longer rush distance, likewise has a relatively secure initial 3 and 4 base setup. We do have a nice area here, kind of coming in towards the natural base. We have a wider ramp on the left-hand side, a bit more narrow ramp here in the center, leading into our standard third base here at the triangular third, into our fourth expansion as well. And this is where things get a little bit more interesting. We have the hybrid expansions. We have non-stop bases here mixed in with gold mineral patches as well, both bottom right and top left. So we do have some hybrid expansions, but more importantly, we do have a way to harass here by knocking down these towers. These towers, they do destroy mineral patches as they get knocked down, so it's an alternate way to harass and to try to punish some of these bases and take resources away from your opponents. It's an interesting concept, but I'll be honest, I have not actually seen it come into play. Often whenever we cast games on washouts, they're all ins and the games end early, and we never really get to experience the greater aspects of this map. Despite the fact that we've casted quite a bit on washouts, again, rarely, if actually never, have I seen these towers like come into play, or these bases come into play either as well. Which is a bit of a shame. Will that change here today? Hopefully. That's the purpose of the tournament, true. Show us the maps, man. Show us the maps. So here we are opening up. So for our Stargate opener out of Exo Striker, once again, going for the Stargate into the third base, into Oracle Harass. Everything's looking normal, everything's looking as it should be. Once again, we do have, actually, this is a bit of an earlier Twilight Council, even compared to last game. So earlier Twilight Council, leaning towards either early Glaive Depths or early Blink, one or the other, regardless, hyper aggression out of Exo Striker and Mini Zerg Scouts. The Overlord sees everything he needs to. This should, as we have earlier gateways compared to last time, but this should prompt early Roachhorn, right? It should prompt an early Roachhorn, should prompt early defenses, based on the aggressiveness here of the gateway timing and how quickly this is. Again, I'm more expecting of Glaives here, but we'll keep an eye on Exo Striker. Last game did open early Blink into the 3-base all in. What do you have for us? Once again, early blink. Okay. Now, last game, what I found peculiar was that we saw a 3-base all-in, but with a robo and with sentries. Here, we'll see if we get a robo or not. Like, my expectations here is lack of robo into mass blink stalkers. Baliness gets thrown down, so Mini Zerg, he's reacting, responding with Ling Bane, not with roaches. And we'll see how we can hold his own here. Against like a Soul Trainer school in, Ling Bane will have a harder time dealing with this. This is a bit of a greedier response this time from Mini Zerg. Oh, as he will be forced to cancel. Oh, not again. No. Yeah, 2 cancellations and the drone will be hunted down. A nice pick up here by Exo Striker. Very nice. Shuts down the base. Behind this, oh, that's not a robo. We're going for a Templar Archive. So we are going for an adjustment here, that is true. This is still hyper aggressive, but you have my attention here. I'm curious if we plan on investing in a Storm or if this is just for Archons to support. Curious. As we have a lot of links on the way. We're cutting workers earlier at 56. Gas is now being taken, but we are massing up so many Zerglings here from Mini Zerg. And massive amount of lings. Into +1 melee. Robic is thrown down. 2 more gases. We're macroing. Okay. Early Twilight Counter, early Blink. I don't think we're going to really achieve too much with the early Blink Stalkers, but more importantly, we are taking. We're taking gases. We're making more workers here. We are actually macroing up into a longer game. Extra Striker is going for a later timing, not an earlier one. These Stalkers, they can be active sooner, that is true, but he's not going to be anywhere near as committed. So Blink is done. Now we start charge. We take gases. More gateways going to be thrown down. So far we got 5. That's why we have 6. Soon to be 8 gateways. 8 gates. Robo, Storm, War Prism. Extra Strikers building up. Based on the tech that we're investing into and the War Prism that's on the way, it looks like we might still go for... No, actually, never mind. I was going to say we might still go for a 3-base all-in, but now we're going for delayed forges. Delayed forges here, delayed 1-1, very late 1-1 upgrades, but this is a sign of a 4th base. Yeah, here comes a 4th. It's a little bit awkward. It's, I would say, inefficient, but we're trying to build up into a longer, later game. I would say inefficient in the sense that we invest into early Blink, didn't do anything with it. We invest into early Storm, didn't do anything with it either, right? Like, I feel like, I feel like there are more efficient ways to play this out to reach the same end goal, while, you know, cutting corners and not investing too heavily or too quickly into this tech, to be able to have a stronger economy and stronger production and, more importantly, stronger upgrades. Like, we didn't need to rush into Blink and Charge and Storm as quickly if we're not going to hit any kind of timing. We could have set up for earlier 1-1s for earlier 2-2 timing, right? As an example. And an earlier 4th base. But now though, Mini Zerg, he's going to be saturating, droning up to 84. He's at full saturation at this point. He's going to cover hybrid expansions. He's looking to build up and max out on Ling Hydra, Ling Bane Hydra. A solid composition. Bearing in mind, because of the storms, it's going to be difficult to engage, but actually Extra Striker is moving out. Oh. He is going to be the first to move out. Nice storm. Does reveal this storm. 1-1 is still on the way. Same time, Extra Striker does warp into the main. Getting 1. Catching out 1. Catching out 2. Catching out 3 queens. Very nice catch. Yeah, 3 queens go down. 1-1 is finishing. And Extra Striker, he rotates. Pulls away. He does pivot around. Pivots to the subside. Meanwhile, Mini Zerg is maxed. He's maxed out. Now, ideally, Mini Zerg, he's reacting a little bit too hard to these zealots. As the main army rotates to the top side, and Mini Zerg is out of position completely. Ooh, yeah, Mini Zerg is out of position. This base may just go down. At the same time, Mini Zerg goes for his own runway, but there's a storm. Yeah, there's a high tempo in position. Lings, they pivot over. So far, very nice SimCity. We're fully walled up. Extra Striker fully walled up, but he will lose the Robo. There, Robo goes down. Storm does connect. Can we bait out more storms? We can. Yeah, we're baiting out more storms. I believe that was the final storm. Ling Hydra comes in from behind, but do we have enough Lings? Do we have enough Hydras? Is this enough? It looks like it is. Whew, okay, never mind. It is going to be enough here. Templar, the Archons, the Immortals go down, forcing a recall. The base did fall. Minizerg did lose drones, but he did win the fight. Did win the fight. Has a massive army. Now he can counterattack. Lurker Den is on the way. You could definitely argue that his tech is late, but it's fine. Doesn't need it. He doesn't need Lurkers. With Lingbane Hydra with a Remax, he should be able to break through. There's not really much remaining here. Limited storms for Extra Striker. No, I say that with gathering energy as we speak. Just need a little bit more time for extra storms. Oof. The Oracle does get caught. Baby's rolling in. Do we force the storm? Oh no! Storms of the Hydras. High Templar exposed, and that's going to be every Templar. Yeah, every Templar is going down. Nice surround here from Minizerg. Surrounds the army. Oof, one storm lands. Oh no, he stands in the storms, but it's fine. He can afford to. He can take a bad fight and still overwhelm. As Minizerg, he just rallies in towards the natural. GG gets called, and Minizerg, he will claim the series 2-0, advancing on to the quarterfinals. GG. GG, well played. Minizerg, he will claim the series. Extra Striker had some interesting builds, is what I will say. I think overall, game 1 and game 2, the builds of choice for Extra Striker were a little bit inefficient. They felt a little bit rough around the edges, a little bit rusty, a little bit experimental at times, and not as efficient as what we're typically seeing from players of this level. But that's also because, as a reminder, Extra Striker, he retired for a long time, he stepped away from a long time, he's been absent for a long time, and only recently is coming back. And I feel like you can kind of see that a little bit as well when it came to the builds of choice, when it came to the timing specifically. But GG well played, and Minizerg showing what he's made of here, showing that, hey, you know, the new generation of players, you know, they're not playing around, Fappy. They're able to hold their own with some of the older veterans from years gone by, and Minizerg does claim the series. GG well played. Impressive play here by Minizerg. He will claim it. With that, so let's catch up with the bracket. Meanwhile, Esther Aries in the chat. God, yeah, Esther Aries. Good to see you, Pappy. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. It's been a while. Aries, of course, a fellow CranKy Duckling. I've been catching up with your Instagram stories and photos of your biking sessions. Look, take care, Pappy. Take care. Take care, Pappy. Take care. We're good to see you. It's been a while, baby. It's been a while. Hope you're doing well. It's there. Much love. But GG well played. Whew. With that, we are going to be hopping over here to our quarterfinals. For the time being, it looks like we have updates. So we have updates coming in. Nickrat, he either gets a walkover win or gets a 1-0 win over Chovka, so does advance on to the next round. Classic, of course, is waiting in the quarterfinals for his next opponent. It's going to be Classic versus Minizerg up next on the channel. We then have Shameless versus Max Moore in the first round. Winning goes up against Nickrat. Most likely going to be Shameless versus Nickrat in the quarterfinals. We have Percival waiting for the winner of Lelix, and Azura waiting for a Protoss opponent in the quarterfinals as well. Did I get left behind? That's unfortunate. As our players are okay, we're good. We are good. So it looks like we're soon to jump in. They were so fast with their vetoes, Pappy. They're crazy. Oh my god. Un momento. Okay, we're good. We're good to jump in. But scoring down here, we have Lelix versus Azura. Winning goes up against Percival. Krystianer, he takes down Thias HP, and is waiting for the winner of Art and Perceive, waiting for another PvP to conclude. So the first round is slowly wrapping up, but we're jumping into the quarterfinals already, and spawning in the top right hand corner of Lockdown, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing for this pro. It is Classic. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. Yeah, I thought so. We have his opponent. We have the red Zerg player. The Zerg player himself representing Hokage T-Team. It is Mini Zerg UA. So, fun fact, Lockdown is a TLMC22 map. Lockdown is not a part of this tournament map pool. I'll be a little bit more diligent with it when it comes to future lobbies, but it was a little bit chaotic when they just immediately just jumped into the game with no vetoes. We're 12 pulling, by the way. So after this game, I'll make sure to keep an eye out for what map they try to play on. Because yes, Lockdown is a TLMC22 map. It is not a part of this tournament though. It's SMH. They were so close, papi. They were so close. So close. Ay. See, chat, Lilix versus Azura, the Protoss Italian Classico. See, I was looking at that before. I was looking at that. Ah, bellissimo, papi, bellissimo. We're missing Lorimbo, papi. We need Lorimbo in there. Este Lorimbo. And the Mega. But here we go. Here we go. For now, we're going to be opening up where we are rallying across the map as we speaking, and right, it's going to be the 12 pool lings are going to be flooding across. The probe scout does confirm the lings, does confirm the army, and we'll get eyes on Mini Zerg is aware. Is aware behind this Mini Zerg. He's droning. He's not going all in. He's not pulling the boys. So was he in the initial 12 pool, but again not as committed, and the rescout does confirm the hatchery. So big scout for Classic. He does fully wall off. This is a big reaction here to the initial build of choice. A big reaction. But now he knows he can expand. Nice re-wall. Sets up the gateway. Second Zod has arrived. Now, the scariest part here for Mini Zerg, as the Zealots defend well, they defend very nicely here against the army, and I forgot about the predictions. Yeah, if you're in the chat, it's Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. But from here, we're going to have not just one, we're going to have another Adept as well that we can counterattack, and this is going to be quite a bit to worry about here. Mini Zerg, he has limited units. He has a queen. He has no lings left. He needs an army to deal with the counterattack with these units that are coming across the map. We've got two Zealots. We've got the Adept. Classic is coming. What is happening? What? why are we taking this expansion? I was like, what? Like, let's go. I was like, is the pylon blocking? No, we're good to expand here if we wanted to, but Classic, he's an animal. He's an animal, papi. Let's go. Just take our central wherever you want. Wherever you want it. It's fine. It's like, why do these Zergs keep complaining about the unnatural natural? I just go for it just cause. Okay, sure. Why not Classic? Why not? Este Classic. As he moves that across the map, he trades very well here against these Zerglings. Down to 2. And from here he can shade in. He can try to shade into a mineral line. He can also threaten Mini Zerg. He's forcing out more lings. 8 more lings in production. And this just does so much damage to the mineral line. All these lings could have been drones, right? There are how many lings going out so far? 19, 20 Zergling kills. 22, 23. Ah, God. As that's going to be 26 ling kills. Head up, shades away, shades into the mineral line. It does go for the drones, and we'll get one. Gets 2. Up. Not quite. Up. Gets 2. Ah, go, Casito. Gets one more drone as well, so very efficient trades here from Classic. Behind this, he's setting up again on 2 bases with a really weird setup, but why not? It's fine. We're enjoying ourselves back. Nah, no. As the Oracle moves in. The Oracle moves in. GG gets called with that Classic. He'll take game 1. He'll take a lead in the series. GG. And GG, well played. A Classic again who will take a lead, and it was just a really rough start, right? The initial 12 pool wasn't quite worth it. The follow-up was very wonky as well there for Mini Zerg. It was a little bit shaky, a little bit wonky. Aye, GG. Alright, Alright, jumping into Void Storm. So good. So good boy jumping in. We're going to be jumping on in here, and looks like game 2 is going to be on Void Storm. It's going to be a Void Storm. Void Storm is another one of our TLMC map pools. A little bit smaller. It is a little bit smaller. More aggressive. We'll get into it. Does have a healing pad in the center. Let us go. Oh, memento. Bearing in mind this map was updated. There is a new version of Void Storm. And we'll get into some of the changes momentarily. We'll get there. Hopefully everything is okay. Beautiful. Meanwhile, when it comes to the rest of the tournaments, is slowly progressing here. It has been progressing. Looks like Azura takes down Ducklings 2-0. Likewise, Art takes down Percival 2-0 as well. So it looks like the lower half of the bracket is progressing quite nicely. Looks like we're still waiting for Shameless versus Maxmore to conclude. Either that, or they already did conclude, and they're already facing off against Nickrat on the European server. There's a high chance of that happening, as I believe all three of them are over on EU. Do believe. As we're jumping in. When it comes to this tournament here, we are favoring certain players. Your Classic is #1 seed, Percival's #2 seed. Krystianer has been looking a little bit shaky as of late, but I do want to still give props to Krystianer. Shameless, of course, he had his crazy performance in Monday Night Weekly last week, so he's also going to be like another X Factor. Nickrat, Art as well. There are definitely a lot of players here that can threaten the top players in the tournament, and we'll see if they can. We'll see if they do. So far, spawning in the top left-hand corner of Void Storm, we have the blue Protoss player. We have the South Korean Protoss. Representing Virtus Pro, it is Classic. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have as opponent, we have the Ukrainian Zerg player. We have the Red Zerg representing Hokago T-Team. It is Mini Zerg UA. Let's go. Let's jump on in. Game 1, of course, we had the initial 12 full, which did fall on its face, and the follow-up was very shaky there for Minizerg. He had issues dealing with the aggression of Classic's follow-up. Meanwhile, welcome to Void Storm. Again, Void Storm has a shorter rush distance by ground, has very direct attack path as well, and of course, we have the central healing pad. Now, when it comes to the central healing pad, there is an air blocker that has been added to the center of the map to make sure that certain air units don't take full advantage of that, referring to Oracle Harass, referring to Banshee Harass, just air-based units in the early game in general, so they won't be able to take advantage. In the base version of this game, in the TLMC version of this map, there is no air blocker. That has been changed, has been added. Likewise, the rocks have also been maneuvered as well. So there have been changes made here to Void Storm. Of course, inspired by Netherstorm, for those of you that are TBC aficionados. Shout out to logos. What's crazy, I don't think, I remember playing, you don't really spend a lot of time in Netherstorm. Like, there's not, in regards to the whole TBC experience. I know, like, Tempest Keep is there, but yeah, you don't really spend much time there, at least in my recollection, despite the unique aesthetic. I think the issue with Netherstorm is that there's no like daily hub there. Like, there's dailies like in Blaze Edge. There's obviously Nagrand's like World PvP. Shatrath is in Terracotta Forest, right? So like, there's not much really reasons to be in Netherstorm. It feels bad, man. My 16-year-old WoW experience paying off as we're going for a proxy hatch. Very delayed, which is really weirding me out. So we had our initial hatch gas pool opener, standard opener into link speed, and then we have a random weird proxy hatch timing. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. I don't know. Yesterday we had a devoid, a team kill, and void storm. Hey, there you go. Oh, the voids. Things they pick in. They catch out the adept. I believe Classic has no idea. Yeah, he has no idea what's going on. He's no idea of the all-in. Again, I'm assuming all-in because we're flooding Lings. Lings are amassing back at home. And what does this proxy hatcher really provide outside of reinforcement points? Like, because it's so late, like it's such a weird thing to throw in. Like, I don't fully understand what it does outside of like faster reinforcements, and I guess maybe proxy queen production across the map. Like we are walking across, that is true. At the same time, we have extra gateways being thrown down. Lings are revealed. No battery. Oh, just now being thrown down. Nice shade. Does shade back. Will escape. Lings against over the first gateway. They will force a cancel. Yeah, they force that cancellation. Cybercore's on the fire. Warp gate is not yet done. And we're going to break through. We're going to break through. That Cybercore is going to fall and Warp Gate will not finish. Oh no, it's not going to finish up. It's not in time. Behind this, the spines are kind of coming, but there's no creep. God damn it. Yeah, there is no creep, but Oracles are going ham on the Zerglings. We break through the front door. Lings, they flood in. They get us around. 1, 2 adepts full. And we bust into the mineral line. We're going for the mineral line here. The battery's not yet done. There's the NG overcharge. The Oracles are doing what they can. We get in. He gets in. Probes are falling. Oh my god, the Oracles though, they go ham. They punish the Zerglings. This is okay damage. We need more than this. We need so much more than this though. There we go. Bust into the main. 10 probes. There is no tumor here, so we're a little bit limited in how far the side defense can go, but we're coming. Here comes the creep. The delayed spine rush. He gets on top of the gateway. Remember, there's no warp gate. True. There is no warp gate. The gateway goes down. We need more creep. Keep going. Casito, papi, casito. I'm loving the use of Spore, because once again, that does zone away the Oracles at least. Tries to. Yep. The Queen does overextend. Yeah, the Queen is hunted down. Does get an Oracle. Gets one. Gets one Oracle. There's still 3. There's still 3 Oracles left. You can see ideally the things that want to they won't pull back the army into range of the spores. Spores are pushing forward. There's 2. Yeah, there's 2 spore crawlers and a queen. Meezer, can he do this? The Oracle. the Oracles, they take a lot of damage. The pylons are going down. Yeah, break through the pylons, forcing the re-wall. Spine is moving forward. We're moving in, but there's what, 4 batteries behind this. Jesus. That's a lot of batteries, all powered by 1 pylon. Yeah, just 1 pylon here, left hand side. Ladies, they get on top of the gateway. Void Ray has arrived, going for the Spore. Ooh, and it's gonna be a close fight. The Queens, they do help. They support. The Void Ray goes down. He gets the Void Ray. We're doing it. We're so close. Get the Artosis pylon, papi. It's on its own. As things are trickling into their deaths here, the Oracles, they shut down the Zerglings. At least the ones in the mineral line. Once again, the Cybercore goes down. I want to say that we've done it. Like Mini Zerg, he has done it. Breaking through the front door, busting into the main. The Oracles, they just have such limited energy. Like, what can they do? They're out of energy. He gets in. Yeah, it does break on in, and this is critical damage. Game-winning damage is 1 Void right here. The Voids are forced to fight. The Lings, they will overwhelm. They kill every single probe in the main. And this really weird timing, it works out. GG gets called, and we're going to the ace match. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Este Minizerg. Again, a really weird, a really awkward like proxy hatchery timing with the all-in. I was concerned that the creep wouldn't be within range to allow for the side defense to do anything, but actually, based on that hatchery placement, there was enough room for the spine core to move up and to actually burrow within range of the wall. It was only like 3 hexes, like there wasn't really much space there, but they did make use of that space. They did get within range of the wall. We were able to proxy a queen, spread creep, and eventually push in towards the bases. More importantly, warp gate was denied. That was, of course, a big moment. Was no warp gates, no reinforcements, and everything just snowballed out of control. GG, well played. With that, we're getting into the ace match. Let's go. And Minizerg, can he pull off the upset? Can he cheese out Classic? Cheese him out. Oh no. We'll see if he can. See if he can, man. One more game is all he needs. And we're jumping into Defender's Lab. As spawning in the top right hand corner of Defender's Lab, we have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss himself representing First Pro. It is Classic. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Zerg player, the Ukrainian Zerg representing Hokago T-Team. Bringing us back, forcing the ace match with a crazy all-in. It is Minizerg UA. So game 1, it was a 12 pool. Game 2, it was a 2-base all-in with a delayed spine rush. Game 3, what's it going to be? 2-base Roach all in, 3-base Hydra all in, 2-base Muta, Linkwing Nidus all in. What is it gonna be? Yes, that Minizerg. We're here to find out. So far, we are going to be opening up. Welcome one and all to Defender's Lab. Defender's Lab does have a pretty robust initial 3 and 4 base setup. I say initial. We have seen that this area here outside of the natural is a little bit more accessible, a little bit more abusable. It is just quite large. It's just quite large and quite difficult to defend a location here outside of the natural base. We'll see if that does come into play. Likewise, we do have on top of that speed zones. We have speed zones throughout the center to help when it comes to rotations back and forth across the map. We have rocks and steam vents through the center, which can eventually be opened up to break through the center of the map as well to push into the bases. In general, though, this does, I want to say, favor a more mid to late game play. But in saying that, Minizerg is going for non-stop all-ins, and I feel like that trend will continue. I mean, he's up against one of the best Protoss players in the world. He's up against like literally top two Protoss in the world. So I don't blame him for being very chaotic, and it's kind of working. Can we do it again? Now, I'm sure moving forward, Classic is going to be very safe. I'm sure he's going to be very careful, very safe, and might be overly safe as well. You can maybe try to mind game Classic, try to fake it all in, and be a little bit greedier instead. It would be a risk to take, but I feel like against Classic, you have to take risks, right? Whether it's hyper aggression or hyper greed, risks need to be taken. Show us what you got. I went for a Coke as well. Yeah, it's crazy. Happens even to the best. I mean, as a reminder, last year, what happened to Hero and GSL? He got cannon rushed by Zaun. He got like even the best Protoss player in the world, even he dies to cannon rushes. Like hyper aggression and cheese. Like, hey, you can get some cheeky wins out. You can pull it off. You can even take a series. Yeah. It happens. Adds it up to Shaded. Shades into the bases. That's from the middle line. So far getting one drone. Nice pick off. Gets one. Does get one worker. Adept does shade away. And we're going to be reinforcing. So far, it's a better start here for Classic. Behind us, we have an early Evo Chamber to plus on melee for Minizerg, setting up for the mid game. Like, despite the hyper aggression hit that we've seen so far to Minizerg, this looks like more mid game play. Looks like we're calming things down. Episode 2 shade in. They commit. Getting 1, 2, getting up to 3. Oh, this is getting in ahead here. 3 drone kills. Ay. Yeah, 3 drones and a gas geyser. Do we get another? Ooh, 4 drones! 4 drones and a cancellation. Ay. And we're not done. Oh, no. The Oracle goes in. The Spore is not yet done. They're getting 2 extra workers, 6 in total. This is getting out of hand. It's getting out of hand. Bearing in mind that Adepts go down, so there's going to be less to defend back at home. There's no Adepts to defend the third base. Lings, they move in. And can we force a cancel? Going for the pylon. Yeah, just going for the pylon and going for something more secure. Oracles, they turn back around, and the pylon should fall. So nice pick up here. Sniping a pylon, canceling one of the Adepts, and keeping the Oracles busy. Behind this, we have an early Banelin Nest here by Minizerg. Interesting. This is quite early. Likewise, Twilight Council's thrown down at a decent early aggressive timing. We're leaning more towards early Blink. Yep, early Blink. There's a Forge, Blink, +1. A more standard mid-game. Based on the timing of this Twilight Council, there is a chance that instead of Blink, it's going to be Charge. There is a chance. And we're committing. No drones. Yeah, no drones, no saturation. Now we see why there's an early Banelin Nest. It's for the Bane Bust. Minizerg is going for the Bane Bust. He's banking Lings inside the Bane. He's going for the all-in. One way or the other. Either he kills Classic or he dies trying. Is it going to be Charge or Blink? We're getting a 4th Oracle. Oh my god. Yeah, 4th Oracle's on the way. That's going to excel against Massling Bane. It is going to be early Blink. But there are 4 Oracles. The pulsar beams, they're going to be crazy. Oracles are being active. Banelings are being set up ahead of time. Assuming these are morphing into Banelings. Queen gets caught. Oracles are revealed. Show us what you got. No? Yes? Up! No, okay, Banelings on the right hand side, never mind. Banelings are morphing in, and the base goes down. Yeah, the base goes down. But this does spend a lot of energy from these Oracles. Remember, the Oracles, they need their energy to defend back at home. We need that energy. Here we go. We're getting a secondary wall. We're trying to, at least. As here come the Banelings, we're going to be rolling in. There is a battery. Stalkers, they can tank, by the way. They can... Fun fact, the Cybercore is killed before the Stalker. The Stalker takes, what, 11 Banelings to kill the Stalker even without the battery. And we're holding. Yeah, we're holding. We're shutting this down. The Link Bane Bust is not quite working. He does get the gateway, though. Okay. Takes down the gateway. Takes down the Stalkers as well. We're breaking through. We're running out of Zerglings. Yeah, we're running out. Ooh, one Baneling connects to the mineral line. Crazy connection. Okay. Decent economic damage, but we need more than this. Yes, 10 probe kills. Our Classic is still up 20 workers. Yeah, this is still not good enough. Still rallying across the map. Lings, they flood in towards the third. But there's a battery. Yeah, there's a battery. There's war pins. Oracles, they respond. And GG gets called. The all-in fails, and Classic, he will claim the series 2-1, advancing on to the semi-finals. GG. Whew. GG, well played, congratulations. Classic, you will claim the series. Shout out to Minizerg for making a series out of it. Here in Game 3, I mean, Bane Busts are very unpopular against Protoss for a reason. Like, Stalkers are so hefty, so robust. It takes, what, 11 Banelings to kill a Stalker, with the help of the battery as well. It was the Gateways and Cybercore that went down before the Stalker, fun fact. And eventually broke through, but we committed so much to breaking down that wall. It was also really unfortunate that Classic had an extra Oracle. Remember, Classic went up to 4, not 3. He went up to 4 Oracles, so he had an extra Oracle, extra DPS in the sky, and with that he was able to clean up the Lings, clean up the Banelings, minimal losses. GG well played. Lost 11 probes, but still had plenty of workers left. And with that, Classic will claim the series. Still back and forth though. Shout out to Minizerg for making a series out of it, as we can catch up with the bracket and figure out what's going on. Where are we? For now, Classic is waiting in the semifinals for the winner of the next series. As I mentioned previously, I think there's a high chance that Shameless is already playing against Nicaract. It's a very high chance. We'll head over. We'll head on over. Otherwise, we have Percival. Percival is up against Azura in the quarterfinals. And we have Krystianer. Krystianer is up against Art, also in the quarterfinals as well. Here we go. So the quarterfinals are underway. And I can confirm that Shameless and Nicaract are mid-series. in mid-series. So because in mid-series, it makes sense for me to wait. I'll wait for Nick Wrecked and Shameless to wrap up, and then I'll be following them into Classic. That'll be the plan. Will be the plan. Otherwise, the lower matches are also underway, but the upper matches, you know, they lead into Classic. He's already ready, so that's what I'll be waiting for. So for now, we're going to be going on a short break. And when we come back, we'll have a next series. We'll have most likely the upper semifinals, or we'll jump in mid-series into Nick Wrecked and Shameless. Otherwise, we'll see you guys soon in a couple of minutes' time. See you soon. welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Ooh, hope you enjoyed the brutal OST. I do apologize to the extended break. It was a very, very long break. Just waiting for some matches to finish, waiting for these semis to be ready for us, and we are jumping into our first semi-finals of the broadcast. It's going to be a TVP here, and let's jump on it. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Washout, we have the blue Protoss player, the blue Terran player himself. The South Green Terran, it is Percival. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Polish Protoss player, the red Protoss representing Onside. It is a Krystianer. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is Gamba time. Predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we delve into our TVP. Let's go. Let's go. Let us jump on in. Once again, welcome to the Sparkling Tuna Cup. Sparkling Tuna Cup number 131. We do have our semifinals ready for us here. The upper semis also just prepared as well. We have confirmation. Shameless. Shameless did just take down Nickrat 2-1. And it's going to be Shameless versus Classic in the upper semis. But again, we have the lower semifinals taking place first. So one semis, then the others, and the grand finals. We have 3 series left here tonight. 3 series to go. Let's go. Let's go. Game 1 here is going to be in Washout. Washout is one of the larger maps in the map. Larger map, longer rush distance by ground. We were just here in the previous Classic series discussing about how we do have the high yield expansions. We have the hybrid bases here towards the south and towards the north side as well. We have ways to try to punish those expansions, but very rarely have we experienced some sort of mid-game here on Washout. We'll see if that changes. Coming to our TVP, I want to say there's a higher chance that we do embrace a longer game. Referring to Krystianer's playstyle, he often does play to the mid-game. We've seen him embrace heavy Colossus and Disruptor play quite heavily in TVP, and I would imagine that that trend is going to be continuing here against Percival. I feel like the more common thing we're going to be seeing here is whether or not Percival goes for an all-in, right? Whether he's hyper-aggressive and tries to end the game early and tries to ensure that we don't really get to that kind of mid-game game state where Krystianer can kind of can take control of the game and control the pace and take the lead from there, where he can kind of hit his stride and get comfortable. For now, we have our initial opener. Again, single gas ranks expand here out of our Terran player into our factory. Oh, I see in the chat. The winner on Washouts ain't washed up, I suppose. True. I see what you... Where's Rainer? Where's... Oh, no. Not like this. Time to get washed out. Speaking of, the map is called Washout. There's a little bit of water. There's like a splash of water here. There's some water here. I feel like considering the map name, I feel like there should be a more like water theme going on, right? Like I think the impression here is that it's like a water theme park. Like you've got like these like parasols and you've got like the kind of like, you know, the venue aesthetic sort of thing. But I feel like we need to be more washed, is what I'm saying. We need to get washed, Bappy. We need to get washed. Yeah. Need to get washed. It is a ruined theme park. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like for a water theme park, there's not enough water. Like, we need like some like water slides or like water like you know like the under bridge rivers where you can like jump on like some floats and like go through them and like go like the sea currents. Like I feel like that we need some more of that like intermixed, like considering the name, I mean. They've got the theme park aesthetic. They don't have the water theme park aesthetic though. Like where's the water, Pappy? Where's the water? It's a clean win, true. For now we're opening up. It is going to be a Twilight Council Nibbling based opener. So far so good here at Krystianer, claiming his third base. As it looks like we have a bit of a pause. Hopefully everything is okay. As we are experiencing a little bit of latency. We are on the central server, which should be a little bit better here, but it might just be like personal latency, you know, maybe something going on nearby. Hopefully it does clear up. Hopefully we can jump back in. Hopefully. But otherwise, again, we do have 3 series remaining here in the broadcast, both semis and the grand finals. Coming into the event itself, again, Classic and Percival are the 2 favorite players and the 2 higher seeds, but I do want to say that both Krystianer and Shameless can definitely threaten these players. Have taken them down before, and I believe can bring them down again. I'm hoping for a back and forth at least, right? I'm hoping for like a series, a game 3, an ace match is what I want out of these matches, but we'll see. We'll see what our players bring to the table as we're still trying to clear up that latency. Yeah. Oh, we're good.
Game resumed.
Okay. Oh. We are good. As from our standard opener, we are going to be following up with the Raven. So Raven does move out across him to harass. Percival building up his own 3-1-1 setup, a standard bio follow-up here as we have our tanks amassing. We should be getting 1 in the natural, 1 in the main base. Bunkers done as well. Very safe, very secure play so far out of Percival. And the Raven moves out to harass. We have our Reaper Hellion scouting the 3rd base timing. And you said I see a lower gate count. So I say lower gate count, 3 gate. 3 gate blink out of Krystianer. 3 gate blink into the Robo into a 3rd base. So relatively safe play out of Krystianer. Not overly aggressive. So it's playing safely, shuts down the Reaper Hellion, auto charge into the middle one, gets 1, gets 2 probes. So far, nice damage to the Raven, full HP, can always go back in. Can always go back in. At the same time, we have Krystianer moving out. Remember, this is just a contain. It's just a contain, it's just a poke across the map. There's no War Prism with this, there's no real commitments, there's no real need to double down. We're just containing and spotting any kind of drop play or any kind of move out. So get a very tame play here by Krystianer, setting up outside of the bases. Likewise behind this, Krystianer securing his 3rd, charge on the way, bail on the way for Colossus production. As I said at the start of this game, Krystianer is known for his mid game. He's known for getting into like a Colossus heavy style, into disruptors, into 4 base and 5 base saturation. Observer does have like a vision. He gets in, he gets 1, he gets 2, gets 2 Marines, and stays out of range. Yeah, he stays out of range of the tank. Oh. Has to be careful. At the same time, auto charge does come back in. Catching up a couple of probes. Did the Raven go down? No. Okay, Raven did survive. No, the Raven! The Raven did survive, but not for much longer. Raven goes down. Behind this, we have Percival committing across the map. He has Stim. And soon to have combat shields. Combat shields will finish up by the time the army gets across the map. And Percival, this is quite committed here. He's expanding behind this, or at least he's trying to. The CC is going to be delayed. There's the recall back home, and we'll see Percival can get some damage done. Here he comes. Hey, here comes our Terran. Moving up the ramp, he's got his 2 tanks. One of them does siege. There's a lot of space here, though, outside of the base, outside of the natural. Krystianer coming in from behind. Yeah, he does try to come in. Getting on top of the tank will go down. Nice pick up. Yeah, takes out the tank, collapsing on top of the Widow Mines. Marines getting picked off as well, getting on top of the tank itself, and there we go. Both tanks go down. Krystianer holds. Yeah, Krystianer, he holds, he shuts down the army. Remember, he even delayed the CC. There's no expansion. Yeah, there's no expansion behind this. Percival, he was that much more committed, and he fails to get damage done. 0 economic damage, doesn't take down the Immortal, and again, there is no 3rd expansion. Not even in the main. Oof. Ay, ay, ay. And Krystianer is just sending it. He's sending it back. He's going across the map, takes down 1 Marauder. Nice juggling here with the other Marauder. Does barely keep it alive, but the Marines, I cannot say the same. Keep going, Pappy. There's only 4 Marauders. I feel like Krystianer could have kept going there. Could have kept like focusing on Marauders. I mean, potentially it would have been micro here where we can juggle the units and save the Marauders and waste some DPS, and it would have been a little bit shaky, a little bit risky. The lack of War Prism obviously is hindering Krystianer, but he does have momentum, does have control, and Krystianer, he opts not to push in, instead taking a 4th. Getting a 4th expansion. Colossus production has begun. Nice one on the Medivacs. Medivac does go down. And Krystianer getting further ahead. Getting another. Ooh, not. Barely does not. Does pull away. Now, Krystianer, he's giving Percival the opportunity to recover in this game. Krystianer is ahead, but Percival, he has a chance here. He has time to resaturate, to claim his 3rd, and to build up an army, and to maybe get away with some drop play. Like, that is where Percival can really thrive, is with his aggression, is with his micro, with his control, with his multi-pronged aggression. That is where Percival was at his best. But he's not there yet. He's still massing up his army. Percival, he starts to move out. Krystianer's moving in. So 2 Colossi. The armies, they miss each other. And Krystianer goes to the dive, catching reinforcements. Percival turns back around. Yeah, he turns around, pushing up a ramp. And Colossi are ready. One of them getting low. But they're still sending Colossus. Wasting some DPS here on the depot, but does start 2 Colossi. Yeah, a bit of an awkward rally. 17 SCVs going down. No, the Zealots, they get into the mineral line. And again, Percival's just being pulled apart. He's being torn apart, Bappy. Oh my god. Marauders, they try to stem in. GG gets called. And Krystianer, he takes game number 1. GG. GG well played. Krystianer takes the lead in the series. Again, it all came down to the first push. And remember, it all came down to the first push, but not because Percival was all in. He wasn't. He was not all in. It was committed, yes, but he was trying to expand behind it, but he didn't. His CC was denied, and he never threw it down, so he was stuck on 2 bases. Basically, he was forced into a 2-base all in, and Krystianer, he shut him down, and with that, Krystianer snowballed out of control and does claim the first game, and now it's 1 game away from claiming the series. We're hoping for a back and forth. I want to see a game 3, but the pressure is on Percival, and we're loading into Sanctuary 3. Let's go. We're loading into Sanctuary. Oh. As we're going to be loading into beautiful. There we go. Here we go. We are going to be getting into our next game. Going to be loading into Sanctuary 3. And spawning in the bottom hand corner of Sanctuary 3, we have the South Korean Terran player. We have the blue Terran. It is Percival. And spawning in the top right hand corner, we have the blue Protoss. Sorry, the red Protoss. The red Protoss player himself, the Polish Protoss. Representing on side, it is Krystianer. Here we go. And again, this is the updated version of Sanctuary. Sanctuary is one of the newer, again, TLMC maps. And the map pool does have a high ground natural expansion, does have the triangular third base as well. We have the abusable area here in between the bases where you can take advantage of this location, you can push in. But more importantly, we have what changes. We have these slow zones. Slow zones have been added here in the center of the map just to punish pushes and just to try to disrupt the path from third to third. What I'm referring to here is this third expansion and pushing all the way across the map to this third base here. It's very direct. It's very direct. There's no points of elevation. There's no high ground. What has been added, though, are these line of sight blockers. Line of sight blockers. We have a more narrow choking point, and we have the tall grass. And we have the slow zones added as well. This has been added to help deter, deter and stifle 3-base all-ins and 3-base play to encourage a more longer later games. Whether or not that is the case, we'll see. We shall see. We'll see if that does pan out. We'll see if we get to embrace some longer back and forth play or if we end the game early. For now, it is going to be double gas. Ooh, double gas opener here by Percival, going for a faster factory, going for a delayed CC. So much more aggressive build here by Percival. Krystianer opening up standard, going for his own gate cyber expand, or gate expand into cybercore. So standard opener out of Krystianer, more tech heavy out of Percival. Krystianer, he attempts to scout, he is denied by the full wall, so for all he knows it could be something more economic or something more aggressive. Krystianer is in the dark. It's in the dark. Here our players are going to be opening up. Percival does go for proxies, does check the left hand side first before moving out. Just making sure that everything's on the up and up. There's no proxy pylons, no gateways. Likewise, Krystianer doing the same. Checking here outside of his own main, checking the left hand side as well, is searching. Is searching, is looking. Percival, he will expand. I believe there's actually a small patch here, yeah, that the slow zone doesn't actually impact. That's interesting. That's for specific, I suppose, worker scouts and individual scouting units like this. Reapers do sip in. Yeah, they sip into the main base, and probes are going to be going down. He gets one, he gets one, he gets two. Yeah, one, two, soon to be three. Three probes going to be going down. Ooh, the surround! Oh my god, locks down one of the Reapers. Locks down both. Oh, and was this quite worth it here as the Reaper is one shot away from falling? Stalker moves in, kills the final Reaper. It's going to be 4 probe kills. I mean, that is a hefty amount of damage, but both Reapers do fall. They don't make it out. They do not make it out. So a bit of a messy start to the game here. A little bit back and forth. I want to say that the Reaper harass was worth it, considering, I mean, the Reaper is a fall off when it comes to a longer or later game. You want early game damage with this. At the same time, we're lacking some scouting information, but we're going to make up for it with the drop. So we have the Widowmine drop follow-up. This will help get eyes on the gateway count and on the expansions. Percival, he moves out. And Krystianer setting up for his third. We have the rowboat here on the low ground. We have 2 gates in the main. Sorry, my apologies. We have 1 gate in the main. We should be seeing a second gateway soon. No. What is going on? The green gate expand? Hold on. Usually it's at least 2 gate, but no, for 1 gateway throws down the third base. So hyper greed here by Krystianer. Mine shot goes off, catching out one of the probes. Gets 1, gets 2. And one of the mines will escape. Okay, one of the mines will get away. The other will be caught out. Again, Krystianer being very greedy this game. Delaying his gateways, delaying his warp-ins. But does go for a faster third. It's Percival. Does pull away. And does pull away. Behind us we have Cloak Banshee follow-up here. Again, it's a very, very tech-intensive game so far with our initial double Reaper into Widowmine drop into Cloak Banshee. And I believe Krystianer is yet to actually scout. The Observer is moving out across the map, and the Observer should give some information, but Cloak is done. Cloak is done. The initial Banshee is already pushing out across the map. There is a second Observer, so we have 1 across the map. We have 1 back at home, so 2 Observers. There's going to be 1 in position somewhat to defend, so this should not do game-winning damage. That shouldn't, but it might. It's on Krystianer. It's on Krystianer to defend. For now, he's moving in. Picks off the SCV. Tempted to die, but plenty of Marines. Plenty of Marines. 1 tank shot goes off. Punishing one of the Stalkers. Banshee harassing to the bases. I believe the Observer is in between. No, actually. Okay, yeah. 1 Observer in the main. Oh. It's Krystianer. He does attempt to slow this down. He has to get past the slow zone. Does race back. Double Banshee here in towards the third. They can one-shot probes. Oof. And he does. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 probe kills. Oof, critical damage. 7 probes go down. At the same time, Widowmine drop here on the right-hand side, distracting Krystianer. And he is distracted. And he's taking a lot of losses here. Losing 9, losing up to 10. 11 probe kills. And this is well worth it. Banshees are finally going to go down, but this is well worth the Banshees. And Percival takes the lead, economically. Economically, it does take a lead. Back at home, third CC is almost done. Compared to last game where he just couldn't even get his third base up and running. He's building up his third. Sienna moving out. He does spot the army. He ignores it. Goes to the base trade. Can we deny Stim? The upgrades! Oh no! He gets combat shields! He gets combat shields. And does he get Stim as well? Massive pickups. Ay, ay, ay. And he can recall. He can recall back home. Yeah, for now he commits further in and picks up some SCVs. That's going to be 6, 7, 8 SCV kills. Recalls the hell out of here. The all-in. The push has been delayed. And now there's no Stim. or combat shields. There's no tech up on the Raxes whatsoever. Massive delay. And Percival stuck at home. He's stuck at home. He was just about to push. He was just about to move out. Now he's stuck at home. Krystianer, he gains map control, claiming a 4th expansion. Krystianer, he's recovering. Did take some hefty losses when it came to his probe count, that is true. But now Percival's stuck at home. Now he's stuck at home. Blinks in, takes out a tank. Oh my god. Yeah, takes out a tank, takes out a marine. Losing that tank also stifles any kind of push. And Krystianer, he's recovering. He's recovering from the earlier losses. Did I speak too soon? Double drop here towards the natural. Immortals in position. Krystianer, he defends. He defends well. Does defend back at home. Percival securing himself. Oof, catching out a Stalker, bit of miscontrol there by Krystianer. So does pull back. Percival being somewhat aggressive, somewhat active. As from here, he's just securing himself. Center towers, claiming his 3rd base. From here, we're building up. Double forge, double upgrades, Colossus production. The game is slowing down. We're slowing things down. And we'll see what Krystianer can get done. He's peeling off some zealots, going for his own drop. Dropping on the left-hand side. Poking forward with the stalkers. We see Percival, he wants to try to make use of the slow zones. Does spot the stalkers. Wants to catch him. Speaking of. Oh. Yeah, they spot each other. He steps in. He gets 1, 1, 2, 3. Oh no, the move commit. The move commit was brutal here. 4 stalkers get caught out. Some heavy losses here for Krystianer. Hefty losses. Puerto Rico back home. Nice catch here by Percival. Again, it was a trap, Appy. It was a trap. At the same time, drop into the natural, but there are reinforcements. Right, the production can respond. Prism goes down to the Viking, and Zealots, they get maybe 2 SCVs, maybe 3, maybe 4. Okay, 4 SCVs for 4 Zealots. Not the best trade. It's a 1-to-1 trade. At the same time, Percival is moving out, but he does run into the army. Again, we're building more Colossus. 5th base now on the way. Now, when it comes to our base setup here, the 5th base is exposed on low ground. We do have the high ground advantage here on the right-hand side to help protect it. We'll see what kind of angle Percival comes in from. We got to be careful with the slow zones, though, when it comes to these rotations. Got to be careful. And Krystianer, he does situate himself here on the left-hand side to protect his most fresh expansions. There is still an opening here on the right-hand side, though. Bear that in mind. Speaking of, Percival, he's heading in that direction. Yeah, there's a massive opening here. Krystianer's out of position. We pass by each other. Base trade? Or do we turn around? Recall's on cooldown. Gets 3 Colossus. Yeah, Colossus for free. Krystianer turns around. But that's a free Colossus, and he might get another. No! Yeah, miscontrol when it comes to the army. Yeah, some messy movement. Losing 2 Colossus before the fight starts. 2 Colossus go down. Krystianer just caught out of position. Caught with his pants down. And Percival's maxed. Percival is maxed out. He has a terrifying army. Low ground Nexus is exposed. He wants one more. He wants one more. What a mass. He wants it. He wants a Colossus. Speaking of, a Colossus 1 volley. Ooh, 1 volley away from going down. Does fall. Massive pickup. Gets a Colossus. And gets a War Prism. Yeah, the Prism goes down as well. Massive pickups. Now 0 splash damage. Army's rattling in. EMPs are available. Ooh, he knocks down the rugs. Oh my god. Yeah, splits the army in half. Nice use of the terrain. We can see here that Percival, he's running out of reinforcements, though. That is a concern. He's running out of reinforcements. He lost his ghost earlier as well. And Percival, he still takes a shaky fight here. Again, it was an amazing start. He caught 3 Colossus. That's true. Did catch 3 Colossus. But he still did bleed out all of his ghosts. He lost all of his Vikings. True. Viking count was reset. So we can go back into Colossus. Yeah, we're going back in. Do those rocks fall correctly? Do we just not have vision of that? Yeah, okay. So I was like, what's going on? As Krystianer does dive in. He does go for the dive, and he's not really out of control. Yeah, Krystianer, he has so much to work with here. What's important about that previous fight is that the economy was still very strong for Krystianer. He still had 80 probes, so he can just rebuild and remax and just keep pushing. Percival, he could not. So despite the losses, despite the trades, Krystianer, he can just sustain it. He can just tank it. Here he loses the base, but it doesn't matter. It does not matter. Just snowballs out of control. Boys are being pulled into the Colossus, into the Archons. And Krystianer will claim the series, looking to take it here in a 2-0 fashion. And again, it was a messy game. It was a messy game. But Krystianer did have some standout moments, denying the upgrades, buying time, being greedy, building up his 5-base economy. So again, he could just tank those losses. It's fine, but who needs Colossus? Who needs splash damage? True. Who needs it? He's crazy. As Krystianer, he will just dominate. He just forces his way in. There's nothing to defend. And GG. Krystianer, he will claim the series 2-0. And Krystianer, he'll advance on into the grand finals. GG. Whew. And GG, well played. Krystianer, he will claim the series. He will advance on. And again, like, despite some better moments for Percival, right? Like, I'm referring to, like, him catching out of the Colossus and him catching at the army. Here we go. I like how, fun fact, so Krystianer, he's like, what just happened? I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, you lost 3 Colossus and still won the fight. He's like, yeah, I don't know what happened. He's like, I was dead. Somehow I just won. I'm like, yeah. Crazy. GG. With that, we are jumping into our next game. Oh my god. We're jumping into the next game, jumping into the next series. But again, I do think there was just the strong eco behind it. Again, he had what, like 80 plus probes. He could just warp in, keep going. Percival, he was a lot more committed on 3 bases. So like, despite some losses that he had, like, he couldn't quite replenish that, and very quickly just moved out, snowballed out of control. GG, well played. With that, Krystianer, he'll be our first finalist, and we're going to be jumping into our next series. It's going to be a PvP between Classic and Shameless. Now, Shameless, if you missed out on the podcast, you might not have known what occurred this last week. But Shameless was an animal. Shameless, he went on a tear, and who did he beat? He beat, was it Classic and Hero in Monday Night Weekly? It was insane. Like, I was in shock and awe. Like, let's have a look here. Let's have a look. Quickly catching up on Shameless. Un momento. Yeah, here, Monday Night Weekly. Hopefully it's not cut out. Hold on. While Vita's on the way, we can quickly have a look at what I'm referring to here. And again, if you missed out on the podcast when we typically go over all the tournament results, you might have missed the results here, but bam, here we go. Okay. So very quickly, this is Monday Night Weeklies. We don't cast this tournament. So this tournament is a weekly tournament, but it does occur at a very European-friendly time. So it's at a really bad start time for us here in Australia. We don't really get to watch it, but this was last week's tournament. You can see here, Shameless. Can you see my, there you go. You can see Shameless. So he 2-0'd Bly. This was last week. He 2-0'd Bly. Bly randomly played for some reason. It was crazy. His return in 2026. But Shameless, he 2-1 Bjorn. And then here, he 2-1 Classic. And we're not done, by the way. He 2-1's Classic. And then, oh my god. Sorry, I'm moving the wrong thing. And then he 2-0'd Hero. This is last week. Shameless, he 2-1 Classic and he 2-0'd Hero and he 2-1. He beat Beyond Hero and Classic all in one tournament. Shameless lost in the rematch, as you can see here in the grand finals. But to even make it to the finals, to beat 3 top Koreans, 3 top players in the world, Hero, Classic, and beyond. That is insane. Like this was the craziest tournament that Shameless had last week. It was the best performance we've ever seen from Shameless. It was crazy. So Shameless, he was insane last week in the Monday Night Weekly. He popped off. He was able to bring down 3 top players, and hey, he beat Classic last week. Can he do it again? I will still say Classic is still favored, Hero is still favored, Beyond is still favored, but it's about consistency, right? It's about Shameless. He's still one of the younger players. He's like 19 years old. He's been improving quite steadily over the years, over the past 2 years specifically, and yeah, to see him take it to Classic, Hero, and Beyond was insane. We'll see if he can keep that going. We'll see if he can keep that trend going, if he can replicate that success. That's what I'm here for. Let's go. As spawning in the top right hand corner here of Defenders Lab, we have the South Korean Protoss player. We have the blue Protoss representing Protoss Pro. It is Classic. He replied most notably, yes. Most notably. Spawning in the bottom left hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the red Protoss player representing Stowny Bulls. It is Shameless. And if you're in the chat, you know what time it is. It is a Gamba time. Predictions are open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat. Let's delve into our PvP. And again, coming to this PvP is going to be very chaotic. They could be very intense. Classic is coming in as the #1 seed of the tournaments. But again, Shameless, he brought him down before. Can he do it again? I didn't get to see the games played on Monday Night Weekly, but hopefully we can get a glimpse of that kind of series here and now in the Tuna Cup. Let's go. Let's go. Yes, from here we're going for a 2-gate opener. So 2-gate opener out of Shameless. Meanwhile, Classic going for a singular gateway here. Ooh, no 2-gate setup. No 2-gate setup. So are we going straight gate expand? He's crazy. Oh my god, the greed. Hyper greed out of Classic. Gate expand. He's asking to be all in. Shameless is coming in with a probe scout, and Shameless, we'll see how he reacts to Classic as he does move in, and he will confirm the greed of Classic. Now, typically, we expect to see Shameless respond with a proxy pylon as soon as he sees this. As currently, he does actually veer off towards the right-hand side. Oh my, where are we going? He's scouting? No, he doesn't check the natural. No, he's scouting for proxies. He was about to check the natural, then he could react and respond, but no, he's checking for a proxy. He believes that Classic is being aggressive when Classic is being greedy. And now there's no punish. Yeah, now there's no punish. He was so close to scouting. He chose to re-rally. He rerouted his probe. Robo gets thrown down. And Shameless, he may just go for a one-base all in himself from back at home at this point. That might just be the play. Shameless, now he scouts. Now he goes in. And when the Nexus is finishing, even here, still checking. So, unfortunate misread here from Shameless as to what the build was. Now he sees Nexus is already done. It's already complete. Shield battery is almost done. Stargate as well, into Oracle, into Void Ray. And there's a third gateway. So this is a one-base all-in, but it's a delayed reaction to what Classic is doing. If Shameless had seen this earlier, then he would have thrown down the pylon, and this gateway, and maybe even the Robo as well, would have been proxied across the map, right? This would have been a stronger reaction and a stronger response. Here, it's a little bit more tame. Like, it's still an all-in, don't get me wrong, but not as aggressive as it could have been. Not as intense as it could have been. With that Sorgs they pick forward, the battery is done. Oracle's on the way to harass across the map. This Oracle will force Shameless to keep a couple Sorgers at home to defend, so it does tie up some supply. Does tie it up. Oh no. Not the sunglasses. There we go. Here we go. The Oracle does move out. Back at home. There's nothing. Ooh, there's nothing to defend. Shameless, he commits. Again, he's all in. And we'll see if he can break through those batteries. Okay, there's only one Stalker. There's now a Void Ray. Oracle does hit the mineral line. Probes are going down. We commit in. Going for that chance to pilot. No, going for the Void Ray. But the battery. Yeah, the battery does keep it alive. Battery does sustain. Third battery does finish. And that's 13 probe kills. Again, Shameless is completely all in. He has to end the game here and now. There's the anti-overcharge. Does overcharge. Void Ray still survives. Boys are being pulled. And the Storks are getting low. Yeah, Storks are getting low. They're going down one after the other. Heavy losses for Shameless. The all-in is failing. And he has nothing at home. There's nothing here. There's no economy. Again, this all-in just hit so late. It's such a delayed response. And GG. GG gets called. And with that, Classic takes game number 1. Whew. GG. GG will play Classic is leading the series, and Shameless, he is now up against the wall. Remember, this is a best of 3. It's a best of 3 here, and Shameless, again, winding it all the way back to the beginning of the game. He chose not to scout the natural. He chose to check for a proxy instead, so a gamble was made. It was a big gamble, a big gamba. Did risk it, and in the end, as a result, he had a delayed scout of the natural, delayed realization as to what Classic was doing, and wasn't able to punish. Was not able to punish. GG. GG well played. With that, we're going to be loading to game number 2. We're going to be loading into Washout. A map that's been quite popular, but we expect this to be a hyper-aggressive game. We expect aggression. Let's go. Let's go. This morning in the bottom left-hand corner of Washouts, we have the blue Protoss player. We have the South Green Protoss representing Protoss Pro, leading the series 1-0. It is Classic. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have the red Protoss player representing Stony Bulls. It is Shameless. Here we go. We're going to be opening up, we're going to be settling in, and we'll see if Classic goes for another risky build. If he takes another risk, another chance. So far we have seen hyper greed out of Classic, but he's more than happy to be hyper aggressive as well. Show us what you got. Do we go for another fast Nexus, or do we go for a proxy across the map instead? For now we have the gateway on the high ground, likewise Shameless doing the same. Eyes are going to be on the follow-up here. Classic does take a fast second gas. There are games where you'd want to delay your second gas to go for the faster Nexus. But here, Classic going for the Cyber Core. Sorry, going for the second gateway, I meant to say. So 2 gate open out of Classic, 2 gate open out of Shameless so far, mirrored builds. Mirrored builds, mirrored openers. We're not being anywhere near as cheeky this time. And Shameless is moving out. Does hug the edge of the map. This location would either be for a proxy Stargate or a fake proxy pylon. We'll see. There we go, the pylon gets thrown down. There's on the pylon. Before moving out, it is a fake out. If Classic was probe scouting, the Classic he'd see a pylon was missing and maybe think it was an all-in and then maybe overreact. The problem is that Classic does not scout. Like there's no early probe scout across the map. Classic, he sees nothing, he knows nothing, and Classic is just building up his own game. It looks like going for a Stargate. Yeah, Stargate open out of Classic, okay. This is aggressive, that is true, but this is not all in. It's a way to deal economic damage and get ahead, building up in towards the early to mid game. So the goal here for Classic should be expand. It should be expanding from here. Probe moves out, shatters the Tuna. The Tuna, baby, the Tuna. Ah. We have our oracles, What? We have our Sentries amassing, going for their own hallucination scouts. Oracles on the way. And there's our first expansion here for Classic. Likewise for Shameless as well. Shameless cutting corners, going for the faster Nexus. So Shameless went for a 2-gate opener into the Nexus. Meanwhile, Classic went 2-gate into Stargate, then into Nexus. So technically, Shameless has the faster economy, has the faster natural base, and will have better saturation. But at the same time, Classic has potential to deal damage and to cripple the economy himself with the Oracle. But he gets scouted. Yeah, big scout here for Shameless, he knows. He sees, he knows, and he should react and respond with his own defensive setup here. We have sentries in the main base, Stalker as well. We could even get a battery just in case. The Oracle's looking for a way in. Shadows to the movie. Saying gets one, gets two. Yeah, two probes, not bad. Takes off two workers. Second Oracle's moving out. Oh, do we dive? Tempting. As Oracle's diving into the main basic. One shot probes getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh my god. 7 probes. 8 probes go down. Critical damage in the main. Oh, and again, Shameless, he did have Stalkers in position, but only two, so he couldn't quite punish in time, and with that, Shameless, he is now at a worker deficit. Despite having the faster Nexus, he's behind the worker count. Is he behind to make up for it? Class third base, Classic, throws it down as well. So third base is there neck and neck. Classic is ahead, Shameless the pressure's on to get some damage done. The problem is, of course, is that both players are going for the Twilight Councils, both players into Blink. There's no real big advantage here for Shameless. His advantage was meant to be the faster Nexus, but he lost that advantage. He lost that was supposedly better economy. Now, there are ways to recover with Adept Harass, with Prism Micro, with Blink Stalker aggression across the map as well. There are ways to recover, but the pressure is definitely on Shameless to do so. To recover. Pressure's on. Earlier Forge, earlier +1. Okay. Shameless working on his upgrades. Working on set upgrades. Classic not too far behind when it comes to his own Forge timing, but it is later. True. It is later. Charge is now on the way. Building up into the mid game. And so far so good. We're just looking to calm things down. So Classic does poke in. Just again poking, prodding, no major damage. Waiting for to just take up. The goal here is just take up, build up into our mid game. Has Classic. He can try to bait the army in. Oh, the stasis. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my god. Massive stasis goes off. We're down to 4 Stalkers. So we're down to 3. 3 Stalkers and 1 Sentry. 4 units left. We head into the mineral line and probes are going to go down. Yeah, boys are being pulled. Snipes the Stalker. Gets the Stalker. Gets the Sentry as well. Massive pickoffs. Oh my god. Blinks in. He chases. Yeah, chasing down the army as well. Depowers the shield battery. Boys are going down. Critical damage. Stasis runs out. Now we have to get the hell out of here. Pull out, Bobby. Pull out. As he pulls out the Oracles, they move in. 7 more probes. Yeah, they move into the bases here. Oh, look, it came down to the 1 Stasis. He baited him in. And again, it's all gotten out of hand. I mean, Shameless was already playing from behind with a slight deficit. Now even more so. Classic just has to back off and just reap his rewards. Reap his rewards. Recalls back home. Can start warping in Zealots. Shamelessly tries to commit. Hey, nice force fields, but we just blink in. No fear. Yeah, no fear whatsoever. He just dives on the army. Classic commits forward, throws away the Oracle, does tank a volley. And Classic will overwhelm. We'll just overrun the army. He can just give chase. Again, he has a stronger economy. More units, even upgrades. He can just keep chasing. Oh, God. And GG gets called Classic. Everyone's in Classic. He'll get his revenge from last week, and he'll claim the series 2-0, advancing on to the grand finals. GG. Whew. And GG, well played. Classic, he will claim the series. He will advance on. Again, Shameless, he may have brought him down last week, but here, Classic will get his revenge. I mean, really intense games, I should say. Game 1 was just really unfortunate for Shameless, where he didn't scout, right? He didn't scout across the map. He was checking for proxies instead of checking the natural, so Shameless is in a really rough position and playing from behind just because Classic was, he forced an all-in. Game 2, it was something similar as well. Oh, Game 2 was something similar. But with that, GG. With that, GG well played. With that, Classic, he'll claim the series. And with that, we have a best of 5. Oh, we have our grand finals. We have our grand finals. But before the finals, it is time for the raffle. Let's go. Let's go. Time for La Rifa, papi, La Rifa. As we do need a moment. As we are setting up here for the raffle. For those that are curious, every single week we do have a random participation raffle here for our tournament. 5 USD. 5 USD is available here to all of our players, to everyone that did compete, as long as you actually played. Bear that in mind. When it comes to the event itself, I don't think there were any walkovers. I guess there was kind of one with Chavka. I'm not entirely certain what happened there, but potentially he would be ineligible here for the raffle itself, considering that he didn't quite play out a series. Yeah, it looks like there was a forfeit there, so it won't be eligible, but everyone else is. And again, it's just a way to spread the love, to spread the support. 5 USD to one random player. Let's go. Let us go. Let us find out here. As this week, let's find out. Well, this week, one of our 13 players will walk away with 5 USD. Let's go. Let us go. One of our players does walk away, and with that, congratulations to congratulations to Ducklings. Ducklings, the Italian Protoss player, he does win the random raffle. He does walk away with 5 USD. We do see Nick Rat, TSHP, Mini Zerg, Azura, and Percival barely don't clutch it out. Barely don't make it. But GG well played. With that, Ducklings, he will claim this. He will claim the raffle here. Congratulations. Did go down earlier in the bracket. Let's have a look. Let's have a look here. Heading on over. Azura took that Ducklings 2-0 in the first round, but Ducklings still does make some money here. Congrats. Congratulations here. Bellissimo. Ducklings. Does claim the raffle here. Meanwhile, we have our grand finals. And Classic versus Krystianer, we have our actually best of 3. It was going to be a best of 5, but looks like both players have agreed on a shorter series. Here, and it's all good. We can accommodate for that. If something's like come up, and if a player is otherwise unavailable, we can agree to a shorter series. It's all good. For now, though, we're going to be going on a short break. Vita's on the way, and when we come back, we'll have our final series. We'll see you soon for Classic versus Krystianer. See you soon. And welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the grand finals, as grand finales here of the sparkling Tuna Cup number 131. Again, your weekly dose of Tuna Cup action. It's an open tournament here, and we've had some interesting results coming in, of course. Classic, he was the #1 seed coming into this event, but Krystianer, he brought down Percival earlier in the broadcast, and now we're here in our grand finals. As a reminder as well, this will not be a best of 5. It usually is. It usually is a best of 5, but here today, both players have agreed on a shorter series. It will be a best of 3. Looks like something it's there's a bit of a more urgent matter upon us here when it comes to Krystianer, so he isn't as available. So we're more than happy to accommodate for a shorter series this week, just this week. Spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Wash Out, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing onside. It is Krystianer. And spawning in the right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player, the blue Protoss himself, representing Virtus Pro. It is Classic. Let's go. Let us go. As Krystianer does hide his pylon, top left, does hide his pylon, does hide his proxy. Likewise, 2-gate opener back at home. So far it looks like a standard opener from both of our players, but Krystianer does commit here to his proxy, as he does keep his probe out in the corner of the map. Looking like a Stargate, looking like our initial proxy. Shows what you got. Waiting for the Cybercore. Cybercore is now finishing up. Gases are available. And Stargate is on the way. Meanwhile, before I forget, if you're in the chat, you know what time it is Gamba time. Predictions are open and place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we are getting into our initial best of 3. Let's go. Again, proxy Stargate at Krystianer, Robo out of Classic. Ooh, okay, so Classic, he does scout, he does know that a pylon is missing, so he reads this as an all-in, so he defends, or he reacts with his own defensive Robo, but he scouts top left, and he will find it. No, Classic, he does find the Stargate, he's fully aware, and now he can respond in kind. Again, a Robo, ooh, and he forces a cancel. No shot, he will force a cancellation here. The Stargate is cancelled, the pylon has been found. Behind this, we have an episode of moving out across the map through the center, but so far a shaky start here for Krystianer, as it looks like he's forced to expand. Forced to expand. And Classic, he respond with his own all-in, by the way. Yep, there's that Nexus. Forced to expand. Stokes are moving out. And do we throw down a third gateway? That's what I'm looking for. A third gateway. Krystianer so far is holding his own. Prism is on the way. Oh, catching out one of the Stalkers, not bad. Does catch one. As reinforcements are coming in. Collapsing the army. There we go. Stalker does go down. Oh, they trade 1-to-1. Yes, second Stalker goes down for Classic. Still trades. Yes, still does trade. Behind this Prism is coming in. We can micro, we can juggle our units, and we can reinforce. Classic can keep going. Behind this, we have a shield battery. We do. One battery so far at the natural. Classic moves in. Remember, he's not all in. But he does have 2 gateways. Yeah, he's got his 2 gateways. Classic is reinforcing. And jumping into the main with a force field. Ooh. And with the sentry as well, locks in the army, and he juggles down. He's trying to lock him in. No, he's trying to. He tries to lock him in. There's, I think, one more force field available. Nah, not quite. Not quite. Attempted cheeky play there by Classic, but doesn't quite pull it off. Forced back, and both players are expanding. Krystianer does have a worker lead. True. He's ahead in workers. He's making probes. Behind this, going for a motor production. So is Classic. So far, Krystianer is in a stronger position. Classic, he needs to find some damage here, and so far he has not. Krystianer is so quick to pull away. He pulls away. As the upset get called out, instead of quite fine damage, it's nice and mining. Classic is holding, building up his forces. Again, so far, Krystianer still has an edge. So Classic to find some damage shooting into a mineral line to catch out the prism. As he is just a little bit late to intercept. Yeah, a little bit late. To it up, say one-shot probes, and Krystianer is making his way into the mineral line. He's coming. He's heading for the natural. Classic reinforcing. There is an area here in the main base that is not actually covered by any vision, so you can actually try to send everything into the main. Ferry in. At the same time, it ups to get across the map. So far, they deny mining. And Classic, he commits. Yeah, he just commits. Workers are going down. That's a lot of damage here. 5 probes. 5 probe kills. He commits. He wants that sentry. So far, decent juggling. Saves the stalkers. He pulls away. 1 stalker goes down. Losing 1, losing 2. Yeah, Classic does miss control, and Krystianer, he holds. He holds. He completely shuts us down. The all-in is failing. Krystianer, who's already ahead, he takes a better fight. Takes down the Immortal. The juggling isn't there. GG gets called, and Krystianer takes game number 1. GG. Whew. GG, well played. Again, back at home, Classic, he was being crippled economically. He was losing probe after probe, and likewise, Classic was forced all in. He failed to break through. We had some messy micro when it came to the War Prism, and Krystianer takes the lead. GG, well played. Does take a lead in the series. Now we're going to be loading into game number 2. And again, bearing in mind, it was a rough start for Krystianer. He got found out. He was going for the proxy Stargate. He got scouted, forced to cancel, forced to expand. But it was Classic that had a later expansion himself and was down in workers and couldn't quite punish either. He only had a 2-gate follow-up, and he tried to be aggressive, but Krystianer, he caught up. He was able to keep up, able to defend. GG. GG, well played. And with that, we have potentially 1 game left in the series. Remember, this is going to be a shorter series here this week. Oh boy. We're loading into Defender's Lab. We're loading into game 2 here. In game 2, Defender's Lab is an interesting map. Typically, I want to say this favors more mid-game play, but at the same time, it's PvP. Like, anything can happen. Like, we tried to proxy in game 1. We could actually proxy here in game 2 instead. We can just commit. As spawning in the top right-hand corner of Defender's Lab, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing Onside. Leading the series 1-0, it is Krystianer. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player, the South Green Protoss, representing Protoss Pro. It is a Classic. Let's go. Let us go. As we are diving into our PvP. So we are going to be diving in. Probes are moving out. Eyes are on Classic. The pressure's on. Again, Krystianer is up in the series. He's up in the series. Was able to pull a fast one on Classic. Forced aggression out of him. Shut it down. This time, 2-gate opener back at home for Krystianer, and likewise, same for Classic. Oh, hello. Second probe is sent out. Classic, he's committing. He's got one scouting across the map. The other is in the center. So we're going for a proxy pylon, and we're hiding on the top side. Looks like a proxy Stargate. Again, it's closer by air, longer by ground. Looks like a Stargate. Could be a fake out as well. True, true. Could be fake. Nah, we commit. Oh, let's get... no, we're clowning, but we're clowning. So proxy Robo out of Krystianer, proxy Stargate out of Classic. Who does this favor? Oh, so we have encountered this position before. Obviously, the proxy Robo is completely all in. The Stargate is risky. First, let's confirm what the proxies are. Yep, Stargate versus Robo. It's what we assumed. Now we have confirmation. Now, when it comes to the Stargate, The downside here of having it proxied is that it is not at home to defend, right? It means that if you try to produce any defensive units here, they're going to be heavily delayed because they're coming in from across the map. The initial Oracle has a lot of potential because you're going proxy Oracle and you can cripple the economy and then cripple the all-in, but because your Stargate's out on the map, you can't make defensive Void Rays, right? Your defensive Void Rays are going to be very delayed. I mean, if just not non-existent. Against the all-in, this will hurt defensively, but if you can pull off a defense and warp in some sentries and get a robo going and try to hold the line here at your ramp and try to buy time, then this Oracle has potential to cripple your opponent. But more often than not, I do favor the proxy robo player, but we'll see. As here comes the Oracle. Oracle is on the way. Oh no, he finds it. Yeah, Classic does find the proxy. He's now aware of the all-in. Classic is aware he can start to prepare. Prepare. Likewise, Krystianer, he scouts the pylon is missing, but he doesn't know what's going on exactly. And he might not be in position. Adept does shade in. This does keep the Stalkers back at home. One probe. One probe so far. Just the one. Oracle, ooh, doesn't quite commit. The Adept is trying to cause a distraction, distract the Stalkers. Second Oracle's on the way. And Immortals are amassing. War Prism as well. Again, because the initial Adept harass Krystianer, he is stuck in the main. Adept does poke in, gets one more probe. Ooh, gets two. Yeah, late reaction. Late reaction, they control there by Krystianer. Two Oracles, they can ignore two Stalkers. Like, they can just dive. They can just dive in. There's not much DPS output here from Krystianer. He's pushing. The Oracles, they come into the main base and they will cripple the economy. Gets one, 2, 3, 4, up to 5. There's a third Stalker there. Okay, a third Stalker and a sentry punches the Oracles. Here comes Krystianer. Send it. Where's the army? Oh, he F2'd. He F2'd back home. But forward. He's panicking. We gotta commit. We gotta send it, man. We gotta send it. Here we go. He's out pushing with his two Immortals. Krystianer, he defends. Back at home, what do you have to defend? We have 4 Stalkers, and now enough time has passed where we have a defensive Robo and defensive Immortal. Oh, the longer this goes on, I mean, the more concerned I'm going to be here for Krystianer. We have 3 batteries ready. Soon to be 4 batteries. Sentry gets caught. Nice catch here for Classic. Catching in a Sentry. Adepts, they do shade into the mineral lines, getting 3 probes. 3 so far. And 3 probe kills. Meanwhile, we do snipe 1 gateway. There's 1 gateway left. Because this is taking so long, we might even see Krystianer expand. He may choose to contain and expand instead. We'll see. He does have to be careful here. Joe goes back. Limited anti-air. Ooh, the Oracle does punish. Nice control so far by Krystianer. Oh, the Sentry, no! The Sentry goes down. Losing 2 Sentries, massive pickoffs. And the Adept as well. There's some brutal losses here for Krystianer. Remember, it's 1 base versus 1 base. Oh, there was a pylon in the main. There's a pylon inside of the main. Again, it feels like a very messy all-in out of Krystianer. He has built up to 4 Immortals. It is a heavy Immortal count, but I don't know if I see him breaking this position here. Prism moves out with the Immortal. This is risky here by Classic. Back at home, there's nothing to defend. There's going to be 1 shield battery. And there are defensive force fields. And sure, Krystianer, he will get this gateway, but again, it's just buying time. The gateway is buying time. Here comes the drop into the main. Krystianer, we gotta go. Takes on the pylon, depowers the gateways. Krystianer now he commits. Again, it's late. Oh my god, losing 1 Stalker. 1 Stalker goes down. The boys are being pulled. We juggle back. Oh no, the Immortal. Oh my god, clutch save. He saves one of the Immortals. And he shouldn't lose the others. Once again, he kites back. The Immortal's getting low. Taking a lot of hits. Oh no! Taking a lot of damage. 1 Immortal goes down. He loses 1. Just 1. Yeah, he will lose 1 Immortal. But he does break in at the same time across the map. Boys are being pulled. Ooh, he was distracted. Losing 1 more. He's down to 3. He had 5 immortals, now he's down to 3. Miscontrol by Krystianer. Even here as well, he's going to be careful. Yeah, you can see him panicking. Yeah, he pulls back, he does miss some shots. He attacks the plates. Now it's not the time. Oh my god. Yeah, some panic control there from Krystianer. As he did miss a lot of shots there. No. Lift, Pappy, lift. Oh my god, he tries the guy back. Takes down the final immortal. Oh, the juggling. He has no anti-air. Oh no, he has to lift. Yeah, he has to juggle. Oh god, it's going to cost him an immortal, down to 2. 2 immortals left. Drops into the mineral line. We're getting chaotic at the same time. No pros for Krystianer. GG gets called, and Classic ties up the series 1-1. We're going to the ace match. GG. Whew. GG, well played in the end. Krystianer, again, he did panic. It did look like panic micro there from Krystianer, where he had the edge, he had the advantage. Took him a long time to push up the ramp, and likewise there as well, because it took him so long, he lost his gateway, so he had less reinforcements. The micro was lacking, he was missing shots, so where otherwise he could have maybe dealt with the immortal a little bit faster. It was just very tense, of course, and with that, we're going to the ace match. We're going to game 3. There's a world where this could have been a 2-0 in favor of Krystianer. Not gonna lie, like there's 100%. There's a world where that could have happened. But we're getting into the ace match. Here we go. So we're getting ready for that third and final game. And where are we dropping? So we are loading into game 2. We have our lobby. Loading into Void. Okay. Loading into Void Storm. Oh no. I'm ready for the nonsense. Now, we have yet to experience a PvP on Void Storm, and I feel like you have to all in, right? It's like, I feel like the map favors that kind of play so heavily, I would imagine. I'm ready for it. Show us what you got. I'm ready for the double proxy robo. Kibs, baby, kibs. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Void Storm, we have the Polish Protoss player. We have the red Protoss representing onside. It is Krystianer. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player. We have the South Korean Protoss representing Virtus Pro. It is Classic. Go. Let us go, as we are going to be opening up, and we're going to be settling in. Now, the reasoning why I believe that we should be seeing aggression here is because, 1, the rush distance by ground is quite short. 2, because we have the healing pad. We have a healing pad at dead center in the center here. This does favor aggression, does favor pushes, does favor army engagements, making use of this healing pad. So I'm curious to see how our players decide to make use of this. Bearing in mind that this is the AVEX version, so air blockers have been added to the healing pad that will disrupt, and that will of course deny any kind of air units making use of the healing pad itself. Outside of that though, ground units can fully make use of this, including immortals, for example, stalkers, early game aggression. For now, 2-gate. 2-gate opener out of Krystianer, 2-gate opener out of Classic. Show us what you got. As Classic does veer off towards the top side. Krystianer as well. Based on these locations here, we'll see where we settle. This looks like either a fake out or a proxy Stargate. Classic, this looks like he'll commit. Okay. So Krystianer throws in his pylon, then he abandons it to scouts. Meanwhile, Classic, he pulls back, but he can always go back in. Yeah, he's going back in the direction of the pylon. Is it also a fake out? Looks like it is. Still waiting for the Cybercore. Still waiting for the Cybercore. Yeah, Probe does go back to the pylon. This is not a bad location for a proxy robo. And there it is, Proxy Robo, one base all in. So Classic's going for the all in. Krystianer, he went for the fake out, but Classic never scouted, so the fake out does nothing, right? Like there is no fake out in the end. Ooh, Krystianer setting up on the low ground for the expand. Now Krystianer, he does scout that the pylon is missing. He's aware that something is wrong. He is aware. Reactively, no shot he expands. No, he goes to the Krystianer. This might just be a build or a loss, actually. 2-gate opener straight into the Nexus. Meanwhile, Krystianer, he sees. Now he knows. Yeah, now he's aware of the all-in. Robo has been found. It's going to be a tough hold to Krystianer. It's going to be tough. We'll see if he can. I mean, knowing is half the battle, right? He scouts a proxy. He can try to fight for control of the map. He can fight for control. Does poke in. Catching one adept. Nice pickup. Going for the pylon. Can he depower? No shot. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close. Can he do it? 2 more seconds. Oh my god, he will. He will depower, but the Immortal pops out just in time. The Immortal does punish, catching out the Sentry. Sentry goes down. Gets the Sentry. But this will delay the Prism. True. War Prism is delayed. Adepts say catch out one of the Stalkers. Classic is still going. He's still coming. Pushing towards the bases. Getting into with this shield battery. Yeah, the Stalker opening gets punished. Mortal pulls away. Stalkers are stuck on the high grounds. Yeah, they struggle to defend. And again, this Nexus is not helping. It's hurting more than anything. As the pylon goes down, Krystianer, no, he's trapped. No, he's stuck in the main. Robo is repowered. A Prism is on the way. The Prism is coming. And Krystianer is trying to keep up, getting his own defensive Immortal. Krystianer, he needs more time. Classic on the low ground, thinking about expanding. Stargate. He goes Stargate first. Stargate into Phoenix. Again, just nibbling away at the wall. Gets another pylon, gets a probe. Nice damage overall here for Classic. And GG. GG gets called. Krystianer taking too many losses here. He cannot hold, cannot defend. And Classic, he will claim the series 2-1, becoming this week's Sparkling Tuna Cup champion. GG. GG, well played. Classic, he will claim the series. As a reminder, for this tournament, for this final specifically, they did agree on a shorter series of best of 3, but I'll be honest, Krystianer, he almost toured. Like, he was so close to winning out in game 2. He was so close. But again, we did see Krystianer panic, have some miscontrol, have some micro, and in the end, Classic capitalized on that. And with that, Classic pulls off the one base all in here. Once again, Krystianer misreading. Does misread. Winding it back, if you remember, Krystianer, he did decide to go for the fake proxy pylon into the Nexus, and that did not help. That hurt more than anything when it came to defending against an all-in. So very rough position there for Krystianer. Gambling a little bit, does gamba, and did gamble incorrectly, was punished. GG. GG well played, just a very shaky defense there from Krystianer, and Classic overwhelms. So congratulations here to Classic. He will claim the series. Shout out to Krystianer for making a series out of it. And again, for almost 2-0, right? Like, I can see a 2-0 in favor of Krystianer if we had just tightened up our play in game 2. But regardless, congratulations. GG well played. Shout out to not just our top 2 players, but shout out to our semi-finalists. Shout out to Percival and Shameless for also making it into the top 4. Again, Krystianer did fight well to make it to the finals to bring down Percival and to almost 2-0 Classic as well. And also a shout out to Ducklings for winning the random raffle. Put in a lot of work for that one, but Lelix, he does win the random raffle as well, so congratulations. Shout out to all of our earning players here. And with that, we are going to be wrapping up for the evening. A bit of a shorter broadcast, but that's all good. I know that we're clashing with RSL at the moment. We try not to, but this week was so just jam-packed full of StarCraft. There's like 3 events going on at once. There's the Tuna Cup, there's the WarDTV Spring Cup, and there's RSL. Like, it's a very jam-packed schedule at the moment. So we were we had to either skip Tuna Cup this week or have it here and now and clash with some of the tournaments, and did decide to clash. We didn't want to skip a week, but we'll do our best to try to schedule around stuff. It's just especially with GSL, like there's just no free slots available. Speaking of GSL, speaking of the rest of our broadcast schedule, we do have our schedule ahead of us here. Un momento, bam, there we go. When it comes to our schedule, as you can see here, tomorrow we have the GSL qualifiers. GSL Season 1 is almost done. There's 1 day left. Semifinals and finals. You can actually see it. You can see on Sunday, next week on Sunday, bam, there are the GSL finals on the weekend. But tomorrow, on Monday, as you can see at the beginning of the schedule graphic there, those are the qualifiers for Season 2. So the qualifiers are happening before Season 1 concludes. So that just shows how tight the schedule is. It's just a very, very tight schedule. There's just so much going on. So tomorrow we have Season 2 qualifiers, and next weekend we have the Season 1 semis and finals with the offline tournament. So a lot of StarCraft, a lot of content. Meanwhile, when it comes to the week schedule, we have the OSC Rising Star broadcast on Tuesday. We have MSO on Tuesday as well. Usually MSO is over the weekend, but because of RSL and because of GSL, we had to move everything around. So we have a rare MSO on a Tuesday. We have Kung Fu Cup on Wednesday. We have Pegasus Cup in the morning on Wednesday. We have the War TV Monday replay cast on Thursday. Typically, we have War TV Mondays on Mondays. But what's on Monday? GSL qualifiers. so we can't cast the What Is You Monday on Monday just because of the qualifiers, so we did reschedule it. We might just move that as well. We'll see what we do with the schedule. We have Amantes on Friday, we have KSL, the Korean StarCraft League, on Saturday, and we have the RSL qualifiers. Sorry, the RSL playoffs. The Revival StarCraft League playoffs, they begin this week on Friday. Saturday is going to be the RSL playoffs. Bearing in mind that we do co-stream the playoffs. We don't have a clean feed like we do with GSL. Shout out to GSL for providing a clean feed, but for RSL we do cover it via a co-streaming method, which means that we also listen to like the caches themselves. We add our own commentary. It's like a react stream, if you will. So that's like co-streaming, react streaming to RSL. We have the podcast on Thursday. Again, we had to miss a podcast last week, 2 weeks ago, so we're a little bit backed up. But when it comes to the podcast, there's a lot to discuss. When it comes to the StarCraft Evolution content patch, when it comes to some of the other podcasts as well, we'll get into it, of course, on Thursday. So it's an intense schedule, kind of like, bookended with GSL qualifiers and GSL finals. I might end up moving War TV Monday just to have a morning free. That might be the plan, but we'll see what we do. Regardless, it's a packed schedule. So thanks for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. We do appreciate it, and we'll see you guys tomorrow for the GSL qualifiers. True. GSL qualifiers tomorrow. Make sure to tune in. Remember, we don't cast the qualifiers on Twitch. We don't cast them on YouTube. Where do we cast the qualifiers? On Soup. Soup is Africa TV. They are the organizers of GSL, so all the live streaming that we do for GSL, we do cast it all live, by the way. We do it all live, but we cast it on Soup, and then we have the rebroadcast at some points on the other platforms. True, actually this schedule's not accurate. We have to we need to move some stuff around, actually. It'll be fine. Don't worry about it. It's for us to worry about. But with that, so we are going to be wrapping up here for the time being. With that, thanks so much for watching, thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time. Until then, thanks for watching. Hasta luego. If you want to support us, you can do so via Patreon. True, I didn't even get to mention it, but this tournament itself is funded via the Patreon. You can see the goal just under my face here. Our current stretch goal for the Patreon, so you can help us grow the tournament prize pool even further and support the players further as well. It's all done via Patreon. You can support us. Thank you for all the support that we do achieve, by the way, that we do get through Patreon. Thank you so much for all the supporters. Thank you so much for all the patrons. And if you want to watch our VODs, YouTube is the place to be, right? If you see something, again, it's a really jam-packed schedule. If you want to watch GSL, if you want to watch RSL, if you want to watch KSL, Pegasus Cups, War TV Mondays, MSO, STC, Kung Fu Cup, KFCs, Amantes, it's all on YouTube eventually. It all gets uploaded to YouTube, so if you can't watch live, YouTube is the place to be. Otherwise, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time. Until then, ciao, papi, ciao, hasta luego.